In today's video, I'm going to teach you the basics of how to animate with Moon Animator in Roblox Studio. So the first thing you want to do, obviously, is make sure you have it installed. So you want to go to plugins and it will be here. If not, you can go to manage plugins and you can search for it and add it here. It costs 1700 Robux. So yeah. From here, what we can do is we can open up the Moon Animator like this. And we go to new Moon 2 file. And up here we'll press this little add here and we'll select on the character here. And make sure it's selected on rig. Okay. And now it's ready to animate here. So once we've done this, we can open up the character inserter. So do that. So here we can insert all these different characters. So we can do this here, or we can go to faces and we can change the face on this one if we want to. So click on it. There we go, change all the faces. Put this here. And we change the preset. So if we want like any of these presets, so this one here, we can spawn that in and put that there, for example. Also, something you can do is if you go to account here, you can change the ID in here and then you can put these IDs into here. And then basically what it's going to do is it allows you to use your friends' avatars and other avatars here. So that's something cool to note. Okay, so now that we've set this all up, we can go onto our character here and, you know, we can move it all around however we want to. If we want to move it off the torso like that, we can do that. And by default, it's going to be set to like move, so it'll be moving in directions like this, which is probably not what you want. What you can do is press R, and that's going to change it to the rotate settings. So from here you can click on like the different parts. So you can't click on, for example, you can't click on the arm, you have to click on the box in the arm. So if we want to move the arm, we'd have to click on this box here, and there's like tons of different axes we can move on like this. So we can, you know, move up and down, back and forwards, whatever you want to do, like that if you want to do that. You can move to the head, for example. We can move the head like this, side to side. Now, if there's something useful, if there's anything you've done that you don't want to do, like a mistake, you can do Control Z on your keyboard, and that's going to undo it. That's really useful for undoing all the mistakes that you might make. So now I'm going to share a bit more about how to animate itself. So if you want, what you're going to want to do is add a keyframe, and a keyframe is basically like a point where it moves at, and so that's the best way I can explain it for now. Just keep watching the video and you'll understand better later. To add a keyframe, you want to press the plus icon on your keyboard. You can also press keyframe and click add, so add it here. And something to note is that you want to be selecting on the specific part you want the keyframe to be added on. So if you want the keyframe to be added on the lower torso, you click on that here, and you'd press the add sign, and it would add it on the lower torso. So from here, we can now edit this. One more thing to note is that if we want to select multiple things at once, we can do that. So if we want to select all these at once, we'd click on them and we click Shift, and then we click on the ones we want to include, and then we press add, and it's going to add a keyframe for all of those ones. So that's just something good to know. So let's say we want to move the head. I'm going to click on the head. I'm going to add a keyframe here, and I can drag it along to where I want the keyframe to be. So if I want it to be here, if I move the head like this, for example, it's going to go back to normal by the keyframe, and you can see that's doing that there. So now I can go along and add another keyframe like here, and I can move the head like that, for example, and I can add another keyframe over here, make it back and over there, and if I play this, it's going to go like that. So you can see basically keyframes are like points that it goes to. So if I move the head in one direction, it's going to smoothly transition from there to there in the keyframe. So it gives you an idea of what you can do with it. Now, something you can do here is you can loop this. So if I click here, I'm not sure why it's not doing it. This is the loop button here. You should be able to loop it. I'm not sure why it's not. I think it's lagging a little bit here. Strange. I found the issue. There was a little box up. So you can press this here and it's going to loop it. Now you can see it like flips at the start, so you need to obviously what you can do here is you can you can copy this keyframe here, I believe, by doing Control C, and I can paste the keyframe here and it's going to bring it back to its normal position. So that will make like the loop, you know, make sense. It doesn't look juttery and everything like that. And say like this is too fast or too slow for you, you can drag the duration further away and it's going to make the animation slower, and if you want it quicker you drag it closer in, it's going to make them faster. So you can see like this is really slow now, like this. Okay, what I'm going to teach you now is how to use the weld tool. So what I've done here is I've just brought in this flashlight, as you can see. And let's say we want this flashlight here to be in the hand of our character, so that they're holding it. So I'm going to teach you how you can do that. So over here, you want to make sure that your flashlight has a unique name. This one here says flashlight. Make sure it's all unique and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to switch up with a knife here, and I'm going to grab this here. And obviously we can edit this so that it's the right direction. Here we go. Here we go. Put it this way. No, we want to save. Oh, we didn't save, I don't know why. Okay, we'll put the knife here like this, and then we want to easy weld this. So what we want to do is we want to select the model in Explorer and hold down to get the base part. So we go, this is the model, this here is the base part. This here is the base part here, and this is the model. Now I've already welded those together, so then we can go to parts and we can go to this guy's left arm here. Left hand, I believe that is. Oh no, that's right hand. We need to go to right hand. And then it says select the base part in the Explorer and select the target part. So we need to find the base part here. And then once we've done that, we need to select the knife. This one here, I think it is, and then we go. Oh. Just have to make sure we find the right one. Then we can basically click join in place or join, and that's going to connect them together so that they're connected. So he's always holding the knife, basically. So here you can see I've clicked on the knife, and then I have I've clicked on the right hand, and I've clicked on the knife mesh here, and I can join in place like this. Oops. Or I can join, and basically what it's going to do, it's going to join them so that they're animatable together. Show you that again. There we go. Oh, I've moved it, but there you can see that's what it's done. So now when I go back into the animator here, if you look closely, you can see the knife is in his hand. Obviously you'd want to direction it properly. When I move the right hand, you can see now the knife moves with it. So if I do this, and then obviously if I move this arm as well, obviously that's connected. This is also connected. So I can, you know, fiddle around with what I want to do with a knife. So you want to have it in the air like that. You could do that, and you can animate it with the knife in the hand like that.